Hello, this is Rick Wallace. Thank you for clicking on to this video, and I want to review the Next Level Coaching online course that I've put together. I want to help people build profitable, growing businesses that work for them versus relying on them to work. More time, more money, better team. That's what it's all about. And one of the ways I do that is putting this course together. I took 8 years of business coaching experience, gathered information from around the business world, tested these concepts and best practices, and I know they work. You know, one of my favorite definition of success is doing what you want to do, when you want to do it, with whom you want to do it with, and in a manner you want to do it. One of my clients said, that's Rick's definition of success. If that sounds good to you, this is the best investment in time and money you could be making right now. It's Bob and Renee Schultz, who are owners of Carlson Equipment Company in Austin, Texas. Other people have said Rick's coaching content is like getting an MBA and building successful small business. It is not just learning for learning's sake. It has the tools and actions that turn learning into results. Ken Albrecht, President, Reliable Propane, Clarence, New York. Rick has taken 10 years of learning and testing ideas, concepts, and best practices and built them into this course. It is the best investment I've ever made in myself and in my firm. Chuck Benhauser and Lori Menzies, partners in Falstaff, Benzies, Benhauer, and Menzies, LLP. So these are just a few of my clients of over 100 business owners that I've helped take their business to the next level and allowed them on this continuum of success, moving from 20 to 30 to 40% successful to what they feel now is 80, 90% successful. And that's what this course can do for you. Now, you may have some questions. Will this course help me build a growing, more profitable business? Yes, and it's not just the learning here, because the learning itself is not going to do you any good. But there's a tremendous amount of content and learning and best practices. But on top of that, there are the tools and the action steps that you have to take to get the results. So a warning, if you're looking at taking this course and working this program just to learn something, this isn't the course for you. There's absolutely great learning here, but more importantly, there are the tools and the action steps that require you to do to be able to get the results from the learning that you get. Is the content any good? Well, I've gathered the content from around the business world. It's content of my own that I've put together, but from various sources that I have vetted out, tried and tested their best practices and their concepts, and I share those with you in this course. How much time will it take? You need to be committed that you can spend 2, sometimes 3 hours in a 10-day period to go through the course. It's a step-by-step course, and the steps are sent out to you on 8 to 10-day intervals. What is the difference between retaining a personal business coach versus going through this program? Well, first of all, it's the cost, the investment you're making. The investment in time is the same, but the investment in money is maybe 5x. This is an inexpensive way to get into coaching, try it out. A lot of people aren't sure about coaching. Their fear maybe somebody coming in and judging them or sharing their information with people, or just don't know whether it'll work for them. Well, I can tell you that this course will work for you, but you've got to put the time in, you've got to commit to it, and you've got to commit to the action you have to take. How does it work? Well, as I said, it's step by step. These lessons will come out to you every 8 to 10 days. You do them on your own pace. If you don't get to it that week, that's okay. The next week there'll be another set coming out to you, but you can do them at your own pace. Once a week, I will hold a conference call. Frequently asked questions. People can call in, discuss, ask questions, and that's open to you to be able to take advantage of. I also have the ability to watch your progress in the course and send out a little friendly reminders or little nudges. Because let me tell you, the difference between coaching and going through this program is just that, accountability. A one-on-one coach provides the accountability many of us need to take the actions and implement the things and execute the things that we learn about. So there'll be some passive, a little bit of accountability through this course, but again, it's up to you. You've got to make the commitment. You've got to do it on your own. Is there any opportunity to interact with you? I just described that. So let's take a moment and look at what's inside this course. It's over 20 different lessons. We talk about beliefs and the success continuum that I just talked about, where you can do a self-evaluation of where you are on that continuum today. We talk about beliefs because there's a whole lot of self-limiting beliefs about running a business and leading a business that are holding you and every other small businessman and woman back. The first lesson is really about how to do the right work. You can call it time management, but I'd prefer not to. I don't think you can manage time, but you can manage what you do with your time. If you remember that success continuum, doing what you want to do when you want to do it. So it's having the control over your day and your week so that you make sure you're working on the priorities, that you're working on the rocks, the deep work, the things that are going to make the biggest impact on your business, that you have control over your day. And this shows you how to do that. The leadership matrix, that's the process that I have brought together. It's a 9-step process for really leading a business and making it a raving success. So we go through that 9-step process and we document the work we do in that process in our strategic planning document. So we will be building a 2-page strategic plan through the first part of this course. We'll start with clarity, purpose, vision, core values. We'll talk about the numbers. We'll understand how to read a P&L, where your cash flow statement is, what your balance sheet's all about. We'll talk about the 2 big levers of profitability, the simple numbers, gross margin percentage and productivity of your people. We'll talk about labor being an investment, not an expense. So we'll learn about those numbers. Then we'll set some SMART goals. Those goals will be then placed on your strategic planning document. And then the strategies and tactics, because the goals are worthless unless we know what we need to do and prioritize those things so that we get them done. So that plan is all put together, but the real key, as always, at the end of each one of these are tools and the action steps that you have to take to be able to implement and execute. And part of that is building a rhythm into your business with huddles, dashboards, and 2-second lean, in coaching. So what is coaching versus managing? The weekly coaching conversation. Right people, what are A players and where do we find them and how do we recruit for them and what's a virtual bench? 2-second lean, as I said, is a way to embrace and empower your employees to start being more efficient, more effective. And then marketing, we've got 4 or 5 lessons on building a marketing plan. First, basically doing the basics of ideal customer profiling, the value propositions, putting together the different tactics that you want to use, offers, referrals, websites, direct mail, and then we'll have 2 or 3 lessons on sales and sales coaching. So that's kind of an overview of the course. You can see there's a lot of content in here. There's videos, there's reading, there's audio, various different ways to learn. And then once you learn, the real key then will be taking the tools that I provide you and taking the actions necessary to really get the results from this investment you're about to make. You got to treat this as an investment. It's not an expense because you want to get a return on that investment. And the way you will do that is doing the work. So with that, I want to thank you again for checking this out. If you have any questions, you have my phone number or email address, and I look forward to talking to you.